I'm going to take a sip.
Yeah. Cheers, boys.
Oh, one sec. Let me get the
mate.
full one. Spit it back out. Spit it out. Oh, he did it.
Regurgitate.
He's
Top
done
lad.
it.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
All right. Sip it up.
Hazy Jane.
Welcome to another episode of Get It Off Your Chest. This episode is actually going to be a quick one, I believe. Just simply because we haven't got enough time booked. But what I thought it would be a nice idea is just to have a little quick fire round with regards to questions that, you know, we maybe just a little bit of fun facts about each other, right?
Yeah, I love it.
And a little bit of intuition. So I have sent over, it's coming up real quick, it won't be like straight away, but I've sent over to Anthony some questions. And this is based on the Inside the Actors Studio. No, it's via email. There we go. It's okay.
You emailed it and it's sat opposite you. You could just passed it over.
Oh, no, mate, you know what? I can use it anyway. But,
I got him.
yeah, it's just too much technical stuff for in the morning. We are just going to use and frame this series called Inside the Actors Studio, which I don't know if anyone who's watching or listening to this, I used to watch this a lot growing up, especially in my thespian training days, and it was based on just, you know, asking actors just general questions, a bit of a autobiography about themselves, but at the same time at the end they would go over certain questions about you know, little fun facts about themselves or little quirky things about themselves. And I thought it might be useful to, without trying to preempt any answers in your head, just kind of, you know, have the producer ask us some questions and we just elaborate on them. It's a bit of a fun episode. It's not really that, you know, technical or anything like that. We're not going to go too much into fitness or anything like that. But again, it's still the theme of getting things off your chest. And, you know, there's no rules here. What do you think?
There's no rules.
No.
We're fighting.
There's always some rules. I mean, I don't want anyone, you know, bleeding or anything like that. But So, shall I go first? Or how we do this? How shall we do this? So we do like one question each. So like as in,
I reckon. Well, so if they're going to be quick fire,
yeah,
that means it's literally top of your head, first thing you can think of, and then after, I think we can elaborate.
I like it.
So I think if I ask Josh the question, you give me your answer. I'll ask Brad the question, you give me your answer, and then we'll elaborate.
Okay.
And whether it's
if we can have some like, and this is, I don't know, a long shot, some theme music in the background with this, like a bit of Mastermind or anything like that. You know, we can be really serious about this right now. I know we've got a pint in our hand.
Song on.
But yeah, let's go.
Thanks, Josh, for adding hours of work to this now.
You know, it doesn't have to be. But,
Could you green screen us to Iceland? I want to be in Iceland.
We can absolutely
The
do
next
that.
shot is in India.
Great. Okay, so Josh, beginning.
Let's go.
What is your favourite word?
Sorry, my ring just went off. Oh God, I don't know. I'm stuttering on the first one. Favorite word, joy.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Brad, was that going to be your favourite word?
Yeah, you got it. That's hard to follow because it's a really nice word. Gaslighter.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, so Josh, joy. Why is that your favourite word?
I don't know. There's something about the word joy that I don't think many people use or frame in any sort of way. Like, and I think there's a lot of joy that happens in one's life if you're lucky enough to do things. And some of the best moments that I've had, joy explains it or kind of refers to it as, you know, very, very well as far as I'm concerned. So something about joy, like the time that I had my first child, it was like overwhelming and joyful and all sorts. I was bawling my eyes out, which was weird. It was like an emotion that I never experienced before. It was the first time that I was like happy crying, but it was like compulsive happy crying. It wasn't like you were digesting the information. It was literally as soon as I saw the child, like, well, long story short, Katie had a cesarean. So as soon as I saw the bloody child coming out of Katie, bless her, I just started bawling my eyes out, literally like instant. And that was just like joy in a nutshell, amongst other things. And then there's like other joyful moments, you know, getting my first big job, or, you know, getting my first kind of clients in my coaching business, stuff like that, landmarks. And I think joy is definitely one of those words that kind of creeps into those moments. So yeah, I definitely would say joy is probably my favorite word. It's probably not a favorite word that I use. I don't use it, but it's definitely a favorite word that pings out in my head.
So, Brad, lighter.
Gaslight. This is a word that's probably been thrown around for the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years, more predominantly. I don't know if it was used before. I don't know if they were using it in olden times.
I don't know.
Trigger probably was before. No, triggering is different, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, I think gaslighting is sort of a mental manipulation of somebody's beliefs, in layman's terms, and I definitely think that's an evolved word in the sense that, I can't imagine people in like the 20th century or 19th century being able to gaslight someone. Do you know what I mean? I think they would, but they would.
But like, as in from an intellectual point of view, actually going, that's what you're doing.
Yes, I think if you gaslit someone back then, your gaslighter is going round their head. Yeah, that's gaslighting.
It's a witch hunt
in Tudor times.
Yeah.
So, but why is it your favourite word?
I think it's a word that I now throw around quite often. I shouldn't do this, but I throw it around in the wrong context. If anybody's wound me up, or if anybody said something that I disagreed with, or if anybody just, I'll use it as a comeback in an argument. You're a gaslighter. Yeah. That's why. Although, when you mentioned it before, yes, these are quick fire. My favourite phrase in another language is, you can have a guess if you want, it's Noken in de koken.
Wait, what language is that first?
It is Dutch.
Noken in de koken.
Noken in de koken. Complete with accent.
Noken in de koken.
Any guesses?
Nutcracker or something like that. I don't know.
It is sex in the kitchen.
Hey.
Yeah. Noken in de koken.
Noken in de koken. Knocking beats in the kitchen.
So that's probably a favourite.
Okay.
Favourite phrase.
Yeah. Phrase, yeah.
Okay. All right, good.
And pastime.
So, Josh, what is your least favourite word?
Least favourite word, I'm going to say no. I think that's, it's very, quite basic, but I don't really like being told no.
Good.
Without context.
Quick fire.
Yeah.
Brad?
Yeah, go.
Your least favourite word?
Racial slur begin with N.
Okay.
It's not a crossword question at all. That's my least favourite word.
Josh, so no. Elaborate.
Yeah, so I, first and foremost, who likes being told no, right? But then secondly, I think no, without any context, is sometimes a little bit rude. Sometimes it's, it's not like leading you on to anything. So I would rather say, we would rather not because, or something like that. But if you just get told no, then it's quite blunt and it gets my back up a bit. I'll be honest. That's it.
Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah. No with no context?
Yeah, no with no context.
No thanks.
No.
No. And Brad?
No way.
I don't think this needs any context, any explanation. It's a terrible word. I don't know how to elaborate on it.
No, I mean, I get it. Like, essentially, racial discrimination or anything like that, we're not going to get into it too much today. But, yeah, you just don't want to coin those phrases anymore, really. And also, never wanted to coin those phrases at all. But the way that they've been used, or the way that they've been put in different contexts, it's just a derogatory word that just we don't appreciate in today's society.
Absolutely, 100%.
Arguably never appreciated. So
yeah,
cool,
nice. Okay, Josh, this doesn't have to be what you think it might be.
All right,
what turns you on?
Right. I'm going to say ambition.
Very nice. And Brad, what turns you on?
Kissing my ears.
Kissing your ears? What, the earlobe? Or in the actual ear?
I'm going to go straight to Brad with this one. So, I have one massive question.
Yeah, go on.
Does it matter who is kissing your ears? Or is it just the fact that someone is kissing your ears?
There you go.
Oh, That's to be tested.
That's to find
That's
out.
to be tested. And on next week's show, we've got a 5-minute clip of me getting kissed on the ear by various different people.
We're going to do a video. We're just going to do a reel at some point and just like going around and say, will you kiss my ear? Will you kiss my ear?
Or we blindfold you.
Yeah.
And then we get various people
I love it.
to kiss you, and you tell us which one turned you on the most.
Oh, great. I mean, look,
You've opened a can of worms here, mate.
I'm up for a laugh.
Go for it.
But yeah, I think that just does it for me. Yeah, I think it's specific people have kissed my ears. I've not had, queues of people queuing up to kiss my ears.
But I mean, why wouldn't they? Obviously, look at I can't see them. Right.
You don't even know what they look like.
Get 'em out.
You've never seen them.
Get them out. I want to see them.
I've got hats on as well.
Yeah, that's I don't
Come on.
care.
Nice
I
and
protect
warm.
my ears quite a lot,
Do you? Why?
Yeah.
Why though? Why?
so they're nice when they're kissed.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm struggling to not jump over the table.
See?
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the red rawness
And
that's pulling me towards you.
that's it. And they're quite elf-like today because they've just come out of a hat.
Mm.
Uh,
I'm struggling to contain myself.
oh,
So yeah, Josh. Ambition.
Ambition,
Yeah.
yeah, or drive. Yeah, it's just the wanting to do well, and to then what end? I'm personally someone who likes to, if I'm going to do something, I want to achieve the very most out of it. So yeah, essentially, it would be about just trying to maximize your potential almost, and I like that about people who wants to do that as well. It genuinely kind of picks me up. I'm like, as if it was a total stranger and they were openly talking about their ambition for something, whether I was interested in the subject or not, if they were truly ambitious about it, I'm locked into them, and I trust them, and I want to know more about them.
I think that's very, very, knowing you, I think that's
Mm.
quite a,
Quite apt.
quite poignant and apt, one might say. Okay, great. What turns you off, Josh?
Turns me off. Laziness. Laziness.
Brad.
oh, I love this. Farting.
High caliber conversations. Episode 3.
Look at the contrast. Look at the contrast. Ambition and laziness.
Yeah.
Kissing my ears and farting.
Synthesis. I love it.
Okay, Josh. So why does laziness turn you off?
Laziness, it's the opposite of ambition, isn't it? It's like you can be ambitious and talk a big game as well, but then it's even worse if you say that and then don't follow up with it, or at least attempt to do stuff. So yeah, I'm just not really a big believer in those that are lazy, that they're going to change their ways. It needs something that needs to really shift their mentality to kind of go. They need to shift their mentality, and I always say, like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So essentially, if you are lazy in, say, I don't want to be like how you do one thing, how you fucking, I don't know, brush your teeth is how you're going to, deliver a world-class speech somewhere. I'm not saying that at all. But essentially, if you are lazy about certain things, right, the chances of you being lazy about everything else in your life is probably quite high. Now, I'm efficiently lazy in the sense that last week, I used this company called I Hate Ironing, right? And because I had heaps of clothes, I've got a child at home who's got heaps of clothes as well, Katie as well. Sometimes we run out of time to actually devote ourselves to wash all our clothes. So sometimes you'd go to the laundrette. Now, instead of going to the laundrette, we have an app that is practically our laundrette. That's basically it. That's what
This
I
sounds
hate.
great.
Yeah, it is great. It's expensive though. But essentially, I don't mind you being efficiently lazy if it means that you get further ahead in life.
Well, you're paying for your life so that you can focus on different things in life rather than standing there ironing.
Yeah.
And that's not laziness.
If you've got the luxury enough to like hire a cleaner, then I'm going to hire a cleaner to clean my house.
Yeah.
I'm not going to devote to that task because, one, I'm not very good at it, and two, I consider cleaning a skill. I do. It's a skill to do it at a high level. It's a skill, but that's my opinion. But essentially, it's also very time consuming. So like stuff like that, yeah, I'm okay to be flexible about the queer of laziness. But I'm talking about the laziness of like the things that you're ambitious about. So like work and relationships and all that kind of stuff. That's where I feel like, I'm not really turned on by that. I'm turned off by it.
I think it's like sort of the thing that comes to mind is if you don't make your bed in the morning,
Oh.
you know how you know you're not going to go about your day doing things the way that you know clear was it clean house, clean mind or something?
Happy.
Not clean house or you know
No, you're right.
No,
Tidy house, tidy mind.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just if you don't make your bed in the morning, then you're going to get up groggier. Then you're not going to you've got less ambition, haven't you? Really, to finish the day.
I like to make my bed when I'm in it.
Dear.
Yeah.
Like to
This is bizarre.
No,
I'll
so
wake up often.
through.
If I've got 2 pillows on each side of the bed as standard. Any more pillows and stuff, they end up on the floor. And I often change pillows during the evening and in the morning. Whilst I'm laying in there, sort of having the morning report on my phone, I get the pillows stacked back up where they should be. And if the duvet's gone a bit skew-if off the end or whatever, straight back on and sort of kind of made while I'm in it. And then I'll sidle out the side, just flap the corner, and my bed's made. And I started my day even stronger than getting out and making your bed, because you got out and your bed was made.
To be fair, that's not a bad system. And whatever system works for you, then I'm happy for it. I'll be honest, making the bed, that analogy really fucks me up because I'm not the best at making my own bed. But that's because,
What are you doing wrong?
So essentially what tends to happen is that I roll out of bed, I pee, weigh myself, get a coffee.
Just on the floor there.
Yeah, that's it.
All of it.
Exactly. That's it. No toilet. I didn't mention that, did I? So yeah, you do that. And then essentially I come back and sometimes either Katie's still in bed or the bed is already made. So based on my partner, she has made the bed. And again, like I said, I'm not the cleanest. I mean, I'm not like the most highly skilled in cleaning and tidying. Very much like organized chaos. So she's better at making the bed than I am. So sometimes, forgive me, sometimes I will leave the bed knowing that she's going to make the bed. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not judging.
If you've got an agreement between you two,
It's not. It's more of a silent. It's a silent.
silent agreement.
A
Yeah,
silent
yeah,
contract.
yeah.
Cheers.
I tried that the other day. I got out of bed. I didn't make it, and I got to work, and I came back.
It was made.
Yeah, it was made. And somebody had made my bed.
Okay, so Brad, why does farting turn you off?
Do you know what? It does, and it doesn't. It's the smell. It's not the sound. If you're there, popping out a tune, it's funny. I know it's funny. Oh yeah. I was going to do the armpit. Should get it going in a bit.
I nearly did it.
Get it.
Easy access.
Yeah. Actually, check this out. I know my ears are good for kissing, right? But watch this.
Here we go.
It's going to turn your mic up.
You should.
Yeah. What does that mean? Like, does that mean that? I mean, it's good, but does that mean there's like too much air, like in your ears?
I wouldn't go on Britain's Got Talent with it.
I would now. They're running out of ideas on there.
Say, to be fair, you might do well.
Yeah.
If you could actually pump out a tune.
Yeah, fine.
There's nothing to say about that.
Yeah,
Brad's just.
it's the smell. It's not the sound. The sound's funny. The sound's actually pretty comical, and you can do a lot with it. Your ears. I can do the back of my knees. Can do my armpits.
Any crevice, you can find a fart.
Yeah. So I think that's the next stages of Britain's Got Talent. Tangent again. Look, farting. The smell. The smell. I think when I look at like the whole package, I don't want the smell of farts lingering around that.
When you say the
Do you
whole
know what I mean?
package, do you mean like you have a hearth?
Yeah.
Half.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of on the side of that as well.
Yeah.
Like essentially, it's a hygiene thing, isn't it? It's really bad. Don't want to sound sexist at all, but essentially, I don't like doing like horrible farts.
Smelly
Do you know what I mean?
farts,
Smelly
yeah,
farts.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
I expect that of my other half to be the same. You know,
Another silent agreement.
Yeah, it's another
Unless
silent,
they're loud.
It's silent compromises, isn't it? But then sometimes you might be asleep and they might fart on you and stuff
Hey,
like that. And
that
if
happens, that
That
happens.
happens, and
Do you
that
know what I
might
mean?
happen 10
Yeah.
times a day.
Yeah.
But sometimes, or 10 times a night. But anyway, essentially, yeah, I think it's more the farting, it's smelling, and you're not necessarily apologising about it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's gone.
It's just
Honestly, I've met people who are in relationships, naming no names, that openly burp and fart really loud in front of each other, and they don't say anything.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I
to me.
find that so odd. Like, if ever something creeped out, I'd either wait until I smelt it and be like, I need to apologise now.
yes.
But if it's a silent and there's no droplets in the air, then I'm not going to apologise because no one's getting hurt by the situation.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling a bit of relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's about farts creep out, they'll creep out now and then. You can't help it.
They do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But-
you know,
but
it's
I
a
mean,
perfectly normal human bodily function, and
Exactly.
we all do it.
Yeah.
It's just it's the forced.
Yeah.
Smell that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's the blokish side of it, isn't it? Like,
I
bloke-
guess so,
like,
yeah,
Traditionally speaking, I don't know, like men fart more out loud than women. I don't know if that's statistically true, but like, yeah, it's kind of like, oh yeah, just did that. Do you know what I mean?
It does
And then-
happen.
and
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a bit of a turn off. I get that.
We are weird though, aren't we, men?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be
exactly.
honest.
Yeah.
Why would you
Like
actively
proclaim it.
like fart, waft it in someone's face and be like, like, what are you gaining from that?
What
other than
status are you getting from it? Like, yeah.
you're just understanding someone's diet is terrible.
That's it. Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
seen the clips of the people? They will fart in a bottle and seal it and open it on someone.
I know
It's
a lot of women.
terrible.
I know. I think there was a woman on this morning, and she was about like selling farts in a jar, and she was making a decent amount of money.
There are some
No joke.
people who like will put their bath water in jars and sell it.
So that means
I'm struggling to
that
pay my rent and somebody's selling the farts.
Yeah, that means someone
hundreds.
I think it's that means there's someone making a living based on your turn off.
Yeah, people are
Do you know what
farting
I
in
mean?
jars.
I'm going on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
You are. Okay, cool. So yeah, we've covered farting and laziness. I love this one. What sound or noise do you love?
I'll be honest, my son laughing is the best sound in the world. Easy. My son laughing.
Brad.
I'm having a mind fog. It's just blank. I'm not thinking, I swear. What sound do you love? What do I love? A sound. Oh, Jacob Collier's new album.
Oh, do you like Jacob Collier?
Yeah. Have you heard it? The
Oh.
piano ballads.
Yeah.
Oh,
To be fair,
Oh.
We shouldn't be plugging. Well, we can plug on a
if you say
podcast.
Jacob Collier, like genuinely, and I always refer to this, and I've referred to this back to you before, but like there was a moment when he was in third year when I was in first year,
Yeah.
and I heard him sing for the first time, and it was September of '92, and it stood out impeccably well. He's got an incredible voice, but Jacob Collier and that kind of aura, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very similar. I'd love to hear him sing.
oh no, I would.
No,
massively disagree.
I would, yeah, but I would say.
But I'm
Really?
so glad that you brought up Jacob Collier. I have been trying to for the last. I got introduced to him. Massive side going off the topic here, but I got introduced to Jacob Collier. I think about 3 years just before the pandemic, and I have anytime I meet someone who talks about music or talks about their love of music, Jacob Collier is the first person I bring up, because if you don't know him or if you have not heard any of his music and you hear one of his tracks from one of his many albums that he's got out there, you might instantly be like, oh, this is a bit much for me, because he's so out there. I'm just kind of trying to sum up what he does. Like,
It's hard to do it.
it's undescribable, his music. Isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, every album he's got, his first album,
It's
In My Room,
in my room, yeah.
and it's an album that's completely acoustic. So, I mean, the best way to describe him is he has been described, and I completely agree with him, as the modern day Beethoven of music, essentially,
Yeah.
and the Einstein of music. His knowledge, theory knowledge, is off the chain. But not just only that, his environment where he grew up. His mum's a violinist and
A conductor.
Conductor.
That's
yeah.
the one.
Orchestrator.
Well,
maybe?
yeah. She brought him up with just allowing him to do stuff, like allowing him to just play around with music,
Freedom.
Yeah.
and that has allowed him to understand so many incredible things. It's hard to. I don't want to talk about Jacob Collier too much, because I could start a podcast about Jacob Collier.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you haven't heard Jacob Collier, go and listen to his multiple albums. You will go from chamber choir music into a song that has like Bhangra background in the music, influenced with some, I don't know, some Portuguese music where he's rapping over the top of someone actually singing in a different language. It's unbelievable. So if you haven't heard him, go and listen to him because he is mind-blowing. Anyway, sorry.
No, he's brilliant. That is my favourite sound.
Yeah.
That Piano Ballads album currently, I have that on any sort of like mellow moment. If I need to, if I had quite a wired day, doing a lot of stuff, talking to a lot of people and being quite socially active, when I go home, I just need a bit of time to myself, and I'll stick the music in my ears, in my AirPods, and lay on my bed and just go, just have one of these songs, and they are beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful.
Just had another thought, sorry. If you want to be introduced to Jacob Collier and you want to kind of see what he does, go on YouTube, type in With the Love in My Heart, live in Toronto. With the Love in My Heart is one of his songs. It's like the actual audio, you know, the studio version of the song is 6 minutes, around 6 minutes long. But it's one of those songs where you go through, I think, about 4 or 5 different genres of music, where it goes from like a nice ballady, like stringy guitar-y, piano-y bit, and then it goes into an a cappella section. Then it goes into something that sounds like dubstep.
Yeah.
And but the live version in Toronto, where he plays With the Love in My Heart, is it encapsulates absolutely everything, because he starts with orchestrating the audience, which is what he does on most of his live shows. Orchestrates the audience to basically finish on the note
Do the harmonies, yeah.
that the band then comes into, and it's just mind blowing. So please do go and watch him. Sorry, that's your favourite sound. I would agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, 100%. You covered it. I
Bought it.
needed that.
Okay, so what sound or noise do you hate?
Sound or noise that I hate. It's a hard one, actually.
I can do this.
You can.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you go first.
It's a shusher. I hate a shusher.
Oh yeah, you do.
It's not. It is not a personal attack on anyone. Okay,
Feels like it.
but I hate shushing so much. I think it's patronising, and it's so much easier to go, mate, just be a bit quiet, or just be quiet, and at least you get some words out there with a shh. I hate it. I hate doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hate it.
You know what? You know what mine is? Mine is the tone of voice when someone is lying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because most people can tell when someone is lying.
Yeah.
Like, really? And you just hear it. It's like, why are you lying to me? Like, I get it if it's like a little white lie here and there, but like if you're serious and if you're in a deep conversation and you are lying, yeah, it's just nothing. I cannot bear it. I cannot bear it.
Such a
really.
specific sound, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
like I know what sound turns you off. You know that sound. Like, you can't go, it sounds like this, or it's this tone, or it's this. But you know when somebody is lying, where it goes and where it sits. So yeah.
And if
Right.
you don't know that sound, just watch anything in the House of Commons.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true because you can tell when they're just talking out of their arse, and it's like,
Like you did with your grandma.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah, with the old Ace Ventura.
yeah.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah,
Was it talking out of his ass?
yeah. Literally talking at my arse.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't get a spanking that day,
No.
but it was a different type of telling off. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a big one though, isn't it? Like people, you know, there is a tone, and it is, yeah.
it's weird. Everyone knows it. You can't describe. You can't like imitate it as such, but you can. Everyone knows that tone. Everyone knows what that sounds like. You know?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a great one. May have to bleep,
Ah,
but it's great. So,
sorry,
Josh,
kids. Go on.
what is your favourite curse or swear word?
Fuck.
Snap. It's fuck. Yeah, it's powerful.
It's so
Powerful
good.
word. Honestly, I've got this inane fascination, right, with putting. This is going to be a right clip with putting fuck in songs.
Right.
So yeah, with wherever the fuck doesn't fit, or you can replace a word with fuck. And I remember I was on tour and I was in Ireland, And we were outside in a bar, and everybody was outside getting merry, and it was St. Paddy's Day. It was this year. We're all outside getting merry, and I introduced this song to probably 2 or 3 near friends, and this spread to 40, 50 people. And the amount of fuckery that was going on the river in Dublin outside this pub, and everybody just singing along to like Living on a Prayer and songs like that, just fucking all over.
So you're changing words in songs to the word fuck.
Yeah. Tommy used to fuck on the docks.
Yeah.
Union being on strike. He's down his fucking luck. It's tough. Fuck tough. Like that. Yeah.
Are you a singer?
Not this morning.
No. He's just had a pint, that's all. In the morning.
What about you? Why fuck? Is it the sound? Is it the...
Yeah, I think it describes quite a lot. It's quite used in many different situations, whereas you can't really say that about, like, you know, the other words.
No. I've got a statement. Fuck to swearing is what eggs is to food.
It binds together, doesn't it? Like, you can bake it, you can cook it on its own, you can do it. Yeah, I get that.
I know Forrest Gump was on about potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Is that potatoes?
Probably.
No, I'm getting confused with that prawns, with a shrimp.
I'm allergic to prawns.
Okay.
Are you?
Just a fun fact.
Fucking prawns.
Every time someone says prawns, I'm like, I'm allergic.
No, eggs are malleable. You can scramble them, boil them, fry them, poach them. Fuck, you can put it at the start of the sentence, end of a sentence, middle of a sentence.
It's a noun. It's a verb. It's
you can fuck.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can do so
You
much
can
with
be
it.
fucked.
Yeah.
You can.
Or fuck.
You can.
Or like
You'll
really
be
fuck
fucking
something up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Not in an aggressive way, but just like, you know.
Fuck is the eggs of swearing.
Yeah.
Fuck
Fuck,
is
fuckity, fuck. Bleep that out.
Beep, beep, beep. Someone's scatting fucks.
Great. Okay. So this is a great one. I think this is actually quite interesting. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt, Josh?
Oh God, that I would like to attempt. I'm gonna say.
Well, do you not just attempt, not be like, oh, I want to get brain surgery a go without the training.
I think it would have. I would have tried to have been a lawyer. Yeah.
And Brad,
A TV personality, like on TV rather. You know, yeah, I'm on stage. It's quite closely linked to what I do, but to be in the forefront and to chat to people and I'd love to do that. Yeah. Although I do know a job where there's this guy and he sits at the end of a dam. Sort of the dam is this way and he sits at the end of it and he has a big pane of glass. And there's only one way from the top part of the river down to the lower part of the river. And he has like buttons. Yeah, that's what they're called. And he, as a fish swims past, he logs which fish it is, and he does that all day.
That.
So you want to be a fish logger?
I don't want to. That's completely the opposite. But I know that that's a job, and that's something I definitely don't want to do.
Yeah, that sounds similar to train spotting, I suppose. It's just the nature of, like, you could be watching one thing and you waiting for one thing. That's like.
So what? So why lawyer, Josh?
Lawyer. I think more specifically defense lawyer as well. I don't know. I like maybe the idea of going through the facts of something and then presenting it to people to try and save someone's life. I think that's it.
Nice.
You know? Yeah. I think if it's there might be some absolute wrong-uns out there that have done something wrong, and try and defend them might be a little bit hard, but I feel like, just historically speaking, there's been a lot of injustice, and I think, being a defense lawyer, that might have been something that I wanted to have done. I think the first few years when I was growing up, before I knew that I wanted to do acting, be an entrepreneur, be into fitness, all that kind of stuff, it was very much about academic. And I was thinking, what's the logical thing to do? And a lot traditionally, you know, for black parents and black families, they do want you to be either a doctor or a lawyer, right? Because it's the surefire guarantee that you're going to have some sort of income. And yeah, so I think naturally it was a little bit ingrained in me from an early age that I was going to be either into business or either into being a lawyer. I had no interest in being a doctor. Biology, science is not my thing at all, really, not to that level. And being a lawyer was something that I was like going, yeah, I could give that a go, until I realised that I had to do history, and long term doing a history degree was not for me.
Fair enough. Yeah, no. And Brad?
Yeah, I would love to branch out into that kind of aspect of being on stage. You know, it's kind of loosely linked to what I want to do. And ultimately, I want to go on I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
And literally, but people have said, do you want to be famous? Do you know? Yeah, but I want to be famous because I want to go on I'm a Celebrity. And you don't get that chance unless you're a celebrity.
Would you do all the shows like Dancing on Ice, Strictly Come
Oh,
Dancing?
no, not Ice.
I wouldn't
not
do
the
Dancing
one.
on Ice.
No.
And the older I get, I would be more likely to do Strictly. And I definitely would do I'm a Celeb. And I would definitely do Big Brother as well.
I think, given that singing, acting and dancing is a bit of a background, well, it is a background, I think I don't want to do Strictly Come Dancing. It would feel like a job.
Yeah.
And I feel Dancing on Ice, feel like a job on ice.
Yeah.
And then, but I could be, I definitely want to go on I'm a Celebrity. Turn the cameras off. Just leave me in there for 6 weeks on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not good footage for people at home.
It's like An Idiot Abroad, but in a jungle.
Yes, exactly that.
You're not an idiot. I'm just saying, like, it'd just be like just watching one bloke in the jungle
I
rather
love
than a bunch of people in the jungle.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
I love An Idiot.
So it's basically Celebrity Big Brother based on one person in a jungle.
I think that's
Yeah,
a great idea.
Yeah.
So
Film that. I'll do
see
it.
you- see
I'll
you
do
trying
it.
to
Yeah,
survive.
if there's anybody out there that wants to have me, this is a plea now, more than anything. If anybody out there wants to have me in the jungle for 6 to 8 weeks living with, I don't know, call it an axe, a rope, and a bottle of water, I will do it.
And I will watch it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure-
won't.
I'm
I'll be
sure.
there.
You'll watch it back.
Yeah.
Unless you die.
Yeah. But that's
you-
why I want to. It's not why I want to be a TV personality, but I would ultimately like to go on I'm a Celebrity.
very nice. Okay, so we've already slightly covered this with Brad, but what profession would you not want to do?
Oh gosh. Teacher.
Teacher.
Yeah. Teacher.
Okay. And Brad, we sort of...
I don't want to press the buttons in the dam. I also don't want to clean up crime scenes. Somebody's got to do that.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
yeah, okay, cool. All right, teacher, Josh. I mean, a lot of actors, when they're not, when they're in between jobs or resting, they do teaching quite a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely no go for you.
No, I think there's other formats of schooling that you can do to help educate someone. And I think it's quite restrictive if you are in a classroom environment for too long. And I think being a teacher, that is what you're just forced to do all the time. I don't mind freelance teaching or anything like that, but I think if you're a full-time teacher, yeah, it's no for me. Also, statistically speaking, the job longevity of teachers are about 5 years. It's not that long at all.
Really?
On average.
I don't know.
So I think the proof's in the pudding there, personally.
I mean, you say that you wouldn't like to do teaching,
No.
but what you are doing is you are coaching.
Yeah.
Josh Da Costa Fitness, coach. The differences between coaching and teaching, I think.
Like I said, yeah, essentially it's a chance to educate and show the way in certain aspects. But essentially I'm talking strictly about being in a classroom with a chalkboard or whiteboard nowadays, or an interactive board, just teaching them something when there's so much in life for them to learn. And I prefer to be quite, I respond well to what was it? Vocation course? Vocabulary courses? No, not vocabulary.
Vocabulary is speaking, isn't it?
Oh, what was it called? Oh, what's the word?
Vocational.
No, it was basically things that wasn't academic, but you still studied it and got like a BTEC, for example, something that is practical. I prefer to learn via practicality, and essentially, you need to learn your maths, you need to learn your academic subjects like English, science, maths, all that kind of stuff, even IT and basic economics and stuff like that. It's great. But a lot of life is about actually going out there and learning it and gaining experiences from that as well.
Maybe it is a vocational course. Vocation, job.
Vocation, that's it.
Job course.
So that's the reason why probably being a teacher is probably not for me.
And Brad has gone down.
I went down.
Okay, so Brad, you're not pressing the fish
I'm not
buttons.
pressing the buttons in the dam, and I'm not cleaning up crime scenes. I think that's a job.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it.
So
Too much labour.
I listen to a lot of true crowns.
True crown.
True crime. God. I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts and this sort of stuff. I won't talk too long on this, but one of the podcasts was saying that on most occasions in America, when there's a crime scene within your house or somewhere, like someone breaks in and they kill your husband, standard day in America.
Hate when that happens.
Let's say that happens. You then have to pay for someone to come and clean the crime scene.
What?
The police don't just bring someone in. Yeah, you have to pay someone to come and get it done. How mental is that? So you've just gone through the most traumatic experience of your life, and then the police are coming in, they're taking fingerprints, they're looking at how much blood was lost or whatever, and then they go, okay, bye.
No.
Like, what? No. Someone should be like, after the crime scene has been looked after and, they've got all the evidence they need, that should be surely that should be a service.
Who do you pay? I hate ironing.com.
It's not like a normal cleaner. Like it's an actual person.
It's a proper skill. So it wouldn't even be cheap. No. It'd be something quite expensive.
Yeah, but it's just like everything over there, isn't it? You have to pay to get an ambulance. Okay, good. We are this many minutes away from finishing up. Fantastic. So let's do the last question. This one, it could get pretty deep. Okay. So, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates, Josh?
Your family are there.
Already?
Yeah. Well, this is it, you see.
That's deep already.
So I'd say your family are there, or they're, if they're not gone, they're on earth having a great time.
Great. Yeah.
And you are forgiven for any wrongdoings that you've done, and you can just be here and have a great time. I think that's a very bog standard answer, but yeah.
So if you could sum that up in a sentence that what God would say to you.
Your family are here. Your family are safe. You're free to do what you want.
Very nice. Brad?
He'll fist bump me. He'll be like, mate.
Yeah.
Listen, right. I sent down 7.5 billion people over the last, no, that's not how it works, is it?
Send them down.
I sent down billions of people to live a life, and what a life you lived, mate. What a life you lived. And I would be like, thanks, mate. What was your favourite bit? And he's like, listen, when you were sick on your nan, that tops it, really. I want him to be like, mate, this was sick. That was mint. That was really good. Maybe shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. Yeah.
Very nice.
I want it to be as casual as that.
Nice.
Good.
I like it.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah. And that's all the questions, isn't it?
That's all the questions, really. Yeah, that's all we've got on the Actor Studio questions. They are such great questions. They really are.
Yeah. And hopefully we're going to have some more guests as and when these podcasts come out, and it won't just be the three of us in terms of just talking things, getting off our chest. But we will definitely be keeping this section aside just to maybe kind of present to them at times and just get little things out of them that we probably wouldn't normally ask. These are questions that you would think you would ask normally, but they're not really, are they?
No, they're great questions.
So
even one or two of them, like favorite word is a great one. Favorite curse word,
yeah,
it's a great one too.
Absolutely.
And I love the favorite sounds and favorite or least favorite sounds, and least favorite smells and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it makes people really makes people think.
Yeah, it really does.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
If anyone is interested in my answers, you'll have to tune in for another time.
We'll do an
when
article.
We'll do the blog.
Log.
No, absolutely. I mean, we'll definitely want to get, even if you don't know what Anthony looks like, you know, we definitely want to do a feature of Anthony at one point.
I'll wear a mask.
Yeah.
It's elusive.
Yeah,
It's fun.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it. The voice of reason.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in today. That's it, really. We just wanted to say, if you liked today's episode, please give it a like, give it a subscribe, and share amongst your friends and family. We're trying to spread the good word with regards to getting things off our chest as men in the life that we live in today. Thanks for tuning in. And also, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or even Google Podcasts, I believe, then be sure to give it a 5-star rating or give it a rating that you prefer, and a review would be lovely. Thank you very much. Cheers.